Hello, my name is Dylan, and welcome to whatever the hell this is. I'm absolutely terrified to be sitting here and talking to a camera, but alas, here we are. I'm doing this because I'm terrified. I'm doing this because I have kind of had this realization that the fear isn't going to go away. I'm either going to be not doing the things that I want to do and scared, or doing the things that I want to do and scared. But the fear is not going to go away. And kind of as I get older, I'm kind of realizing that all of the people I put on a pedestal were also scared. But they did it. They stuck with it. Even during the hardest times. So, yeah. Here's me being vulnerable, I guess. I'm not looking to be like a wellness influencer. I'm not claiming to be. I just know my experience and the way I kind of deal with things. And I think it would be, like, I don't want to use this as like an outlet. Like, I'm not looking to vent. I kind of just want to chat about kind of where I'm at. And I am so scared. I'm scared that I will be misinterpreted. I'm scared that I won't be perfect. I filmed a whole other 10-minute thing, but I realized that I wasn't looking at the camera, so I'm trying my best to actually look at the camera, which is hard and very uncomfortable, but it's what you gotta do. So I've got my coffee, and I've got my cats kind of puttering about. Here's Misty here. Hello, Misty. Do you have anything you would like to say to the people? So, something that I have really been quite frustrated with lately has been the whole content sphere on YouTube. I'm really missing like old school YouTube videos where it's just a human talking to a camera. It's not like they're trying to sell you anything. They're not trying to give you advice. It's just very like intimate and personal, a little bit silly, a little bit honest, because we are really lacking human experience. It's always about, here's what you're missing, here's what you got to do better, you got to make money, and it is so frustrating to kind of refresh your YouTube page looking for an old style YouTube video of somebody just talking to a camera, somebody being human, and instead you're met with 1,000 videos on here's how to improve your life, here's ADHD hacks, here's how to get further than everybody else. And it doesn't work because it operates on shame. Shame is kind of like a big thing that if you allow it to be all-consuming, then your nervous system is deregulated and then you can't do anything. It's kind of this vicious cycle of here's how to improve your life, but also look at all of the things that you aren't doing and that you're not good enough, and then it just kind of instills shame in the back of your mind. And then the cycle continues. You look for the next hit of motivation, inspiration, the next hit of dopamine, truthfully, because that's all it is. You're just getting dopamine from planning, or at least myself. I'm getting the dopamine of watching the video, thinking about all of the things I should be doing, and then not actually doing it, because I've come to the realization that planning often takes a lot more energy than actually doing the thing. Like the other day, I realized that I needed to clean the litter box because it had been like 2 weeks, and I was just, I felt so awful. I felt so much shame. I'm like, I can't believe these cats are using this litter box. And then I timed myself. I put a timer on. I'm like, okay, how long is this actually going to take? It took 3.5 minutes, where I was holding in 2 weeks of shame and planning for just cleaning the litter box, and that comes with ADHD. That's the executive dysfunction. But kind of realizing like, oh, the task isn't actually as big as I thought it was going to be. And then with my taxes as well, I thought that it was going to be a whole day thing, like I thought it was going to be 4 or 5 hours, but it ended up being 45 minutes. And I that's kind of like that's been a tool that I've really enjoyed using, is instead of having a timer of like how long do I work for, instead timing to see how long it actually takes, or timing how long I can sit down and focus on a task. Like I like timing myself, it's fun to be like, how long can I focus? And sometimes it would be 10 minutes, sometimes it would be an hour and a half. It's nice to be like, oh wow, like I actually did that. And then that kind of leads into my next thing of instead of like a to-do list, I've kind of been having like a to-do list, like, ta-da, here's a list of all of the things that I've actually been doing. And it's super simple stuff like booking an appointment, going to the appointment, taking my vitamins, making my bed, having a shower on the days where I was severely depressed, but being able to type it in, like I actually did things today, instead of holding the shame of I didn't do enough. And I think that that's kind of where a lot of people get caught up, is they feel like they're not doing enough, but they're not actually recognizing all of the things that they are doing. I've found that to be really helpful in reducing the overwhelm that I feel in my nervous system. And like I'm a huge fan of the polyvagal theory. Like I'm not a scientist. Like I kind of just know this from my therapist and the conversations that we've had. But essentially, with polyvagal theory, it's the theory of the central nervous system and the different states that it exists in. So, for example, there is the parasympathetic state, which is rest and digest. It's where your body is able to perform the automatic functions like digestion, like sleep, emotional regulation, all of that fun stuff that I wish I could exist in constantly. But on the other side, there's also the sympathetic state, which is essentially the fight or flight response. It's operating out of fear. It's operating out of your body thinking that there is a threat. It's thinking that you are in danger. And then there's another level, which is dorsal vagal, which is essentially the freeze response, which is where I have spent a lot of my time. It's that paralysis, it's that constant overwhelm of just being shut down. And it's core in your nervous system. And it's because your body is carrying so much fear that it is unable to operate in a place of regulation, of peace. And again, I like science, but I'm not like a neuroscientist. I'm not a therapist. I'm just some dude who has struggled with mental health for about 10 years. Like, it started when I was 12, and I've kind of just been raw dogging life. I've had support from like therapy, medication, like learning how to exist with it and not being so terrified of it. A big theme of my life lately has been, how do I exist despite being scared shitless? And fear, I think, is always going to be around. There's a lyric from Oldie Station by 21 Pilots. The only consistency in your periphery is fear in the bridge of your nose. And as you move about, you learn to tune them out, but they say that they continue to grow. And I think that that's so true. I think that fear is always going to be around. It's just a matter of how do you push on through, as another lyric goes in that song. Also, a side note, it makes me so sad how so many clickies were upset. Like, it just didn't like that song. Like, I think it's absolutely fantastic. I think that, like, I'm so gutted that when I saw them, they didn't play it because people were complaining about it. Like, come on. Anyhow, basically, fear's not going anywhere. The only thing that's going places is you, and you get to decide if you're moving or you're staying still. And I think I've realized that I don't want to stay still any longer. I've been comparing myself a lot to other people lately, the people who I like put on a pedestal when I was younger, like Dodie especially. Like I love Dodie so much. She's fantastic. It's wild to kind of recognize that she was doing the things that I want to be doing at 22. Like, she had an audience, and like this, like, I can't get into it too much because then I start feeling the shame again, and that's a whole thing. Like, I've lived with so much unnecessary shame. Like, don't get me wrong, some shame is good. If you fuck over somebody, you should feel shame. You should feel shame about that, but you don't need to feel shame about not being at the same places as other people. But also, you can keep on moving. You can keep trying, and this channel is what that is. It's me trying something new. It's me being absolutely scared of vulnerability and being seen by other people. But I think that a big thing that kind of helped me lately was I did like an 8-week acting class. I've never done acting before, but it was like an intensive small group of scene study, of character development, and just being seen every week by performing the scene with my scene partner, who, like, I was so scared to work with because she is the treasurer of like a local theater, and like, I was like, oh, she knows what she's doing, and then kind of just being able to like connect with somebody who's older, more experienced, and kind of realizing like, oh, like we actually have a lot more in common than I thought. Like, we're all just trying our best. And I think that whole experience of the acting class was really eye-opening for me in being seen in progress. Because every week we would have to perform the scene, and it was amazing to see the progression of everybody else's scenes. I don't know what this video is about even. It's kind of just me yapping, and I think that's okay. I also realized that I'm not really looking at the camera all that much. I told myself when I started filming this one, I'm like, I'm going to look at the camera, but I haven't been looking at the camera. I think that that's something that's going to come with time. I'm just not there yet. You want to say hi to my cats? Because they haven't really been in frame all that much, but they're around. They're here. We got Misty over here. Hello, Misty. And Frey's over there again. Alright. So, I think that concludes this video. If you kind of relate to the experience of feeling shame for not doing enough, but then also being terrified of even trying or being imperfect, let me know. I think it'd be nice to kind of connect with other people who are looking to put themselves out there to try new things. Thank you so much for watching, and I'd like to see you again soon. But that's on me. I gotta figure out if I'm filming or not. I will be. I would like to. Yeah. Alright. Anyhow, thank you. Bye.